At some point in my life, I had 3 cars, and within the same year, I sold all 3 of them. Let me explain. So I've always been a car guy. I always loved cars. And from the moment that I got a job, the first thing that I wanted to do was buy a car. I got my first job at 16, and obviously being a minimum wage job and very part-time, I couldn't afford to have a car, but at least I could borrow my mom's car. And when I turned 19 and got my first full-time job, the first thing that I wanted to get was a car. And growing up, my dream car was the Dodge Challenger, more specifically the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. And for a 19-year-old living in Canada, driving a Dodge Challenger Hellcat wouldn't be the best idea for a car to drive all year long. And with the amount of money that I was making, I could not afford a Hellcat, but I could afford the next best thing, which was a lower trim model of the Dodge Challenger, the Dodge Challenger RT. And I was 19 when I bought that car. It was around $27,000, and it was my dream car. It was also around COVID, and there wasn't much to do, so I just spent so much time driving it, modding it, and I just put so much money in it to make it look the way I wanted to. But being a big, heavy rear-wheel drive car, I knew that driving it all year long wasn't the best idea, and I still managed to drive it for 2 winters. But after those 2 winters, I told myself that I needed a different car that I could drive during the winter when there's big snowstorms or when the weather conditions and the streets are really bad. So I got myself a Jeep. It was a winter beater Jeep that I got for $3,500, and it was a 2009 Jeep Liberty, which had a lot of issues that I didn't know about when I bought it. Honestly, if you're getting a winter beater and you're paying less than $5,000 for a car, there's gonna be some money that you'll need to put into it to fix it up. And for me, I ended up spending almost $3,000 in reparations, tow trucks to get the car when it broke down the 2 times that it happened. And honestly, it was just a money pit that was for sure not my best financial investment. But I still ended up keeping that Jeep for 2 years, and I did 2 winters with it. So for a period of 2 years between 2022 and 2024, I had 2 cars. And again, it was not the smartest financial investment. So with age, I guess I got a little more mature, and I realized that having 2 cars wasn't the best thing, and that I needed to get one car that would be still a fun car and that I could use all year long. That's when I decided to get a 2019 Golf R, which was still a fun car compared to the Dodge Challenger that I had. And with all-wheel drive, it was good to drive all year long. Being a 4-cylinder, it was also good on gas. And honestly, having that Golf was better than having a Dodge Challenger and a Jeep at the same time. So after the winter of 2024, I decided to sell my Jeep, and I decided to trade in my Dodge Challenger for a Golf. But for some reason, the insurance on the Golf was more expensive than the insurance on both my other cars combined. So I was paying almost $300 of insurance every month, plus my car payments. And honestly, I was making enough money to afford it, but I was in a period in my life that I wanted a bit of a change and to move out of my hometown to just experience something new. And that's when I moved to Montreal, Canada. So if there's one thing you should know about living in Montreal, is that driving in the city is not the best way to get around. The place that I moved to didn't have any parking. I would have had to get some street parking, which is not what I wanted for my Golf. And I ended up renting a parking garage, which was about a 20-minute bus ride from where I was, which also added another expense to the car payments. So after taking the time to think, I knew the best decision would be to sell my car and to just bus, metro, and walk everywhere. So in April 2025, I ended up selling my last car, the 2019 Golf R. And now I'm living car payment free, and it's been the best decision that I've made. Honestly, the amount of money that I'm saving with having no car payments, no insurance payments, no maintenance payments has made me realize how much more financially free I am without having that car. So now I find myself with no car, and all 3 of my cars being sold within a 1-year period. And I just feel like the amount of stress that's off your shoulders when you don't have that car payment, You don't have that insurance payment. You don't have to worry about anything related to a car. That's such a good feeling. And honestly, I don't know when I'm gonna buy a car again. At the end of the day, I'm still a car guy. I still wanna have a car that's fun to drive, and I still look at Facebook Marketplace for cars every day. So right now I might be saying that I'm happy having no car, but who knows how my feelings on it are gonna be in a year. Honestly, I have other goals right now, and selling my cars was just a way to achieve them quicker. And what I'd recommend if you have some financial goals is to just get rid of your car and figure the rest later. Also, if I would have never gotten these cars, I would have never started my other YouTube channel that I had that got me almost 300,000 views, and that made me realize that I should have a YouTube channel again. Everything happens for a reason.